G'day scrappers, welcome to day 3 of the scrap mission. I've gotten down quite a few PCs since the last video. It's been pretty good, even managed to scrap out one UPS, but yeah, got to get rid of these TVs now to the recycling centre since I've scrapped them all out, and start thinking about going to the scrap metal yard, getting rid of some scrap steel. But a bit of a setback in a way. A setback to the mission that I was starting, but a good setback because I've got some more scrap. This came from another scrapper, a friend of mine that doesn't scrap anymore, and he's had this stuff sitting around and he needed to get rid of it today. So obviously I'm not going to pass up any scrap, even though I've got to get my levels down. Got some wire to clean up. Yeah, some good stuff. Some inverters and a whole bunch of switches and servers and UPSs. So I've got to just unload all this now, and obviously a completely different plan to what I was intending to do for the rest of the day. But so yeah, I've just got to stack all this up, and I'll pick out a few choice things to scrap out in the video. There's a few really interesting things, so that'll be good, something a little bit different, and the rest I'm just going to have to just keep going at it. And well, that's how it goes, you know. Always get unexpected calls. This call was from last night. Didn't expect to get a whole bunch. I thought, oh, you know, today's going to be a great day and we're going to really free up a couple of spots, but that's all right. The more scrap, the better. Yeah, but I'm feeling good about it all anyway. So I feel a lot more comfortable. Things are just going down. I've done a bit more in the garage. Yeah, things are starting to get down. So let's make a start. I'll just start emptying out this van, and yeah, start stacking it up again. Oh well, that's how it goes, but it's all good stuff anyway. So let's get on with this day 3 scrap mission. Rightio, so since I've just brought a couple of these in, I might as well scrap one out and have a look at what is inside this inverter. It's the Fronius IG15. So pretty sure these are quite old. So I'll just get this bugger open and we'll see what's inside this thing. Looks like we've got it's mostly aluminium by the looks of it. So we'll get some scrap value out of it so far. Oh yeah, no doubt it's just going to be a bit of a power board in here. Okie dokie. So, here we go. Aluminium, awesome. Bit of a double-decker power board. Looks like pretty cool transformer actually. Yeah, wow. Interesting how they worked out to put these together. This inverter is probably 15 years old. I think it was the first of these models, and I don't think they were that good in their day. Need different torques. Okay. Yeah, so the pickup, you know, it's certainly going to slow me down a bit. Well, just gives me more work. So I'm already pretty tired today after that pickup and mucking around a bit. So I think tomorrow I'm going to have to really do some serious heavy duty scrapping to get down what I brought in. Okay, well, pretty decent power board. Bit of bonus copper on these transformers I can take off there. So just cut the bugger out. Mid-grade. Yeah, it's a kind of an interesting transformer there by the looks of it. Some of these I've got to do by hand. Can't get the screwdriver in there. Can't find my extensions. I've got a few of them, don't know where they are. Oh yeah, another little power board there. Yeah. Certainly something, you know, a little bit different. Got some risers there. And after this, I'll do a couple of servers. One that I just got in, and one that's been sitting around I wanted to have a look at. Oh. One of these things. Don't really know what these are. Made in Germany. An isolator. It's got woven copper wire, quite decent. Yeah. All right. Well, pretty straightforward. It's just all power boards, I suppose. Well, that's all it is basically a big power box. What do? They convert solar power into grid power, or I don't really know. I'll clean this up. Bit of wire value there anyway. It's actually really good copper wire here. Oop. Oh yeah, still insulated. Cool. And I'll definitely clean up the box, take off any metal screws, steel screws, and put this box into aluminium. It's worth it now since aluminium, and especially extruded aluminium, has gone up, or back up to pretty much where it was. There's a good little power board. Just clean up the wire. Oh well, that was I've done a few inverters. This was a bit different. It's actually quite a simple scrap, this one. It was good. I've got another one down there, so I'll scrap that one out as well a little bit later. A few bucks worth of aluminium anyway, and yeah, not bad. This one's nice and heavy. It's a big capacity. Quite an unusual transformer, this one. And this weird isolator. Don't even know what's inside there. I don't think there would be. Yeah, there should be some copper in there. I might just throw it into transformers. Yeah. Yeah. All right, let's do a couple of really cool servers. Okay, so this is more my style of having fun scrapping. It's a HP server, the HP Integrity, and what I'm particularly interested in is the CPUs. These are the Itanium 2s. I just want to, really curious to see which kind of titanium CPU it is, because some of them can be really impressive, some of them are just average, but either way. And yeah, gosh, got 3 power supplies in there, so that'll be a good start to get some weight out. Oh. Get my bit. Oh, it's just a fan module. Thought I was going to get some weight out. Nothing there. These ones look like the real deal. That's more like it. Oh, there's gold in them hills. And this one still needs a bit of work. There we go. Cool. Right. Now that's the start. I don't, you know, I'm 100% certain I've never done this version before. Oh, wow. Certainly is packed with some goodies here. Got 6 really chunky RAM sticks. That's a great start. CPU's under here. Ooh, exciting. Let's get into it. Here we go. Ta-da! Oh yeah, cool. Nice, nice, nice. These round copper heat sinks. Oh, a bonus. Another 6 RAM sticks. How awesome. Hey, 12 RAM sticks. I think there'll be 1 gigabyte. What are they? Oh no. Oh gosh. Okay, this is a very serious one. They're 4 gigabytes. So what's that? 612, 48 gigs of RAM. Okie dokie. That's pretty serious caper, that. Ah. PCI cage. Give me some boards. Yeah. Oh, oh wow. Oh, can't wait. I've got 2 of these as well. Oh. Wow, and this is a serious board as well. But wait till you see this backplane board. I don't know if you could see the ceramic ICs, chips in there. Really nice. Pretty. Wow, I wasn't expecting this. Well, thanks, Mark, for giving me scrap that you didn't want to scrap anymore. Yeah, I certainly wasn't expecting this. Wow. Just trying to work out where to start. Don't you just hate having to search for different types of torques? I don't know where they get their torques sizes from. Sometimes they're so oddball. When in doubt, just use a small flathead screwdriver. There you go. Okay, and there's quite a bit more stuff underneath. Wow. Oh yes, it might seem a bit awkward, this scrap, because it's just completely different to, you know, your regular kind of servers, which are usually just straightforward, but can't wait to see these CPUs. Okay. Well, it's not as basic as it seems. I've just got to get screwed in from all kinds of angles. No doubt, when I've finished scrapping it, I would have already worked out the better way to scrap it. Well, at least I got another one to scrap and use the experience with. Well, gonna have to work out how to get this motherboard out. Seems to be tied in from all angles, but let's see if we can get these CPUs. There we go, another size. Okay, this might just do the job. I've got two sets of torques and can't find the security sets with the little holes in there. Cut myself again. Just can't. It's just one size too big to do the job properly. All right. Another obstacle. How incredible is that? And here's, yep, these are the ones that I was looking for. Check that out. Got a little board on there and all. Beautiful. And just the weight of all this is just incredible. That weighs over a pound. Nice gold pins. I want to put a couple of these into my own collection. Look at that copper. So all this is obviously copper, and look at that. Wow, big. Beautiful. And there's our titanium CPU. Wow, so they're the pin side. There's a heatsink. Nice gold there. Quite a interesting CPU, don't you think? Awesome. And I've got two of them. But this heatsink is just incredible. Nice fan in there. Look at that copper. Wow. Might see if I can get this aluminium off it and just keep a couple of these as you know, copper bullion. I'll keep them all. That's super interesting. And this is the board that plugs into the CPU. That's really bizarre too. So, been looking forward to finding one of these, and my mate provides me with two of them. But I have no idea how to get this motherboard out. Oh well. No, can't do it that way. Alright, well let me just get this one out. It'll probably take me a while. That's even harder because I can't get into there, so I've got to find a screw. I've got this board. Look at that. And it's got a lot of these ceramic chips on there. Look at them. They're fantastic. Even got some nice BGAs just on that board alone. Huh. And more on the actual motherboard. Okay, so we've got a couple of risers here, so I'm hoping that these risers are what's... I keep scraping myself and cutting myself. Look at my finger. No. There's got to be a trick somewhere. Right, I think, yep, finally. And there's our other little magnificent CPU. Wow. Yeah, I just can't get over these heat sinks. All right. Well, got the CPU out at least. I don't know if I'm ever going to get this motherboard out though. Because I cannot work out what's holding it in. Anyone know? It's meant to slide to the left to get out of the slots, but usually there's something, I just can't see it. Can't see. Sure, it's not there. What size Torx are you? Another totally oddball. It might be. Ooh. No, there. Ah, huge chip there. Can't be that. Oh, I should look up to see if there's one on video being repaired on or something. No. I have no idea. I might just have to leave this as put it in the too hard basket. See if I can work it out one day. Because I have not got the faintest idea. Well, I've never had this issue before. Not being able to take a motherboard out of a servo or anything. But I just can't see it. There's nothing there. There's no... Oh, actually, it could be these tiny little screws. I think it is. Oh, gosh. How tricky is that? I hope it is. Look how small they are. You can barely notice that they're actually screws. That would be funny if these two tiniest little screws... Oh my gosh. Well, at least I've got another one like this so I can scrap it out and feel like I knew what I was doing. Because that was just crazy. Okay, so clear these wires. And now I'll just edit out everything and say, okay, now it's time to take out the motherboard. Here we go, guys. Yeah, I've done this many a time. Look at that. Kind of. There's still something. There we go. See? Yeah, easy peasy. Japanesey. Wow, that's a very, very, very bizarre motherboard. Slots for the CPUs, just very strange. You know, in the next one, I might even keep one, and I'll leave the CPUs on there. No, it's probably too big and heavy, and I just want these copper stackers. Wow. Awesome. And there's the titanium CPU. Beautiful. Very strange looking CPU. Titanium 2 Intel. Very pretty. And then there's this huge Agilent. Wow. Oh, it's actually ceramic too. But what's underneath? Oh yeah. Ceramic, but it's mounted. Yeah. It's got 100 pins holding it in. just wanted to see if by chance it's willing to come out. Oh, made a bit of a mess of that board. Ripped right through it. Yeah. So it's ceramic. Obviously I'm just doing this for research purposes. Interesting. I'll still clean this up and take the heatsink off, and I'll get to that. See if yeah, I can't get to my vise to do it now. But overall, the board, yeah, quite interesting. Got a lot of MLCCs in amongst there. Gold band crystal oscillators all over it. And these are super impressive. 2 of them. And a whole heap of 4 gig RAM sticks. So, yep, 4 gig. Okay, so, yep, 4 gig. Yep, okay. RAM sticks, so it's good value scrap anyway, considering how awkward it was initially. Yeah, I'll just throw this into server motherboards. Just you know, I'll leave them on. Obviously, you know, lucky to get away with probably just removing that. Look at these gold pins up here. They're pretty impressive as well. Wow. Anyone want to buy some 4 gig RAM sticks? Unfortunately, server RAM doesn't really sell that well. 8 gigs do, but not 4 gig. Although you got enough of them in there, still adds up a lot of RAM. Alright, so all that's really left here, just this front panel. There's some wiring inside underneath in the second level, but yeah, backplane board. What size? Gosh, I won't worry about it for now. I'll get the backplane board out later. I've got to find my proper Torx with the little security things. It's just so awkward when they make they put so many different size Torx and some completely different types. But that was really impressive. And this thing, it's also got, yeah, this backplane board. It's got 4 of these ceramic little chips. So on this backplane board, I'd probably definitely remove these ceramics, and a couple of quite nice cards too. Wow. So let's see. These whoever designed this, I'm sure they got fired straight afterwards. They probably said to him, "What on earth were you thinking?" Here we go. When you designed it, guys. Something else. Oh well, nice row of fingers there. Definitely be taking them. This board is, oh yeah, it's an optical fibre module here. Oh wow, gold band crystal oscillator. Look at the size of that. Wow, and it's so thick. Look at that. Ceramic, gold band, crystal oscillator. Hey? Gold legs. They don't get much nicer than that compared to the tiny little ones that I normally pick up. That's a nice bonus. Might as well get this board out now and finish off this scrap and go and get the vintage HP server, which I've been dying to do. Hey, finally. Check it out. Sorry about my terrible looking finger. I'll use this one. Look at these ceramic, Agilent ceramic chips. 4 of them. That's pretty impressive to be on just on a backplane board. 4 of these chips. Wow, that's pretty high end. Must be worth quite a bit of money, that. All right. Phew, that was quite hard work trying to undo all those unusual torques and stuff. But yeah. Very interesting. I didn't mind that scrap, as hard as it was, and cutting myself and going through a whole lot of stress. That was actually quite awesome. Let's go and do the other HP anyway. So before my battery runs out, I'm just trying to use up the last few minutes of it. I'll just take off the cover of this. So this is a HP Net Server LH Plus. Pentium Intel inside. Yeah, quite an oldie. It's got a tape drive here. Doesn't have any hard drives in there. I've already checked them. And I can get this cover off. Looks promising anyway. Sometimes with these vintage kind of things, you don't really know what's left inside them. Okay. Oh, wow. There's a couple of really big cards here. 3. And yeah. Okay. Looks like the CPU. Oh yeah, it has got 1 CPU. I thought the CPU was taken out, but yeah, only 1 CPU in this server. Right, so awesome. Just have a look what's on the other side. Okay. Just a whole heap of stuff for probably a backplane board, or maybe not, for the hard drive. Yeah, when I saw that the hard drives were removed, I thought, well, what else is removed from this? But it looks like everything else is still intact. So yeah, what I'll first do is undo these power supplies. Okay, so now we can go back to his regular screwdriver. Those Torx, I tell you. Oh no, gosh, even on vintage. Oh, there's only one. That was a fan. The battery died, so I had to change that as usual. My style of videos, I certainly go through quite a few batteries. Wow, nice plugs on there. Yeah, nice gold pins. I took the opportunity to wash my hands because being cut, I wanted to get some of the mess off. Okay. It's certainly got some super plugs at the back here. I'm going to have to... Can't get the power supply out yet until I unplug it from the top here. Now, so it's starting to get quite dark. I've left scrapping a little bit too late today because of the pickup that I did, and I wanted to have a bit of a rest, and I had to make some phone calls. So today has just caught up on me really quick, unfortunately. Certainly haven't scrapped nearly as much as I was hoping, but again, I wasn't expecting the pickup. So you can't sort of I can't win every way, you know. Something has to give. But yeah, again, I'm certainly not complaining when I get stuff for free. And this server I actually picked up probably 3 weeks ago. And it's just been sitting there, and you know, keep looking at it thinking, yeah, gotta scrap that one. Wow. Well, there's the, I guess, well, it's really not the motherboard, but this is where the CPU is at, and it's one of those ceramic CPUs with the heatsink fan on it. So these usually don't come off very easy, the fans, the overdrive thing or whatever it is. But it's actually a really nice specimen of it. So I'll probably just keep it like that. But yay, another ceramic CPU. And yeah, look, nice tantalums inside there, and Nice fingers. Yeah, it's a very high grade board, this, or card. But there's a couple more cards. And the actual motherboard itself is a very big motherboard. I suppose it's a server. I've got to reorganize my bench in a way where I can work behind the bench again, and that way the camera won't get in my way as much, and it just makes it a little bit easier for me to scrap stuff, and so I'm going to have to work on that. Okay, so a bit of RAM here, so obviously like the main memory sort of card. Very high grade. Oh, it's got a little i960 CPU on it. Really cool. This is where it's worth depopulating, because, you know, and when I buy IC chips, I pay more for these what we call flat packs, simply because there can be, you know, this in amongst the batch, you know, things like i960s, other kind of CPUs, because they kind of just go as flat packs. Usually people throw them in, so that's why I pay more for flat packs for them, or similar. And this one, wow, super big fingers. And there's a NiCad battery, and yeah, oh, okay, wow. So it's again a super high grade board. You look at all the IC chips. Look at the size of those fingers. Hey, can't resist them. I've got to get them. Very pretty, very nice board. Or server overall. Yep, my favourite type of pin. Beautiful. Yeah, and I need to go grocery shopping. I've left it a little bit late, and I'm starting to run out of food. So I've got to go and do that tonight, and do a big shop. It's incredible how much money I spend grocery shopping. Everything's just so expensive these days. If you want good beef, like at least Scotch fillet, oh, it's crazy. Here anyway, I don't know what it's like in the rest of the world, but Scotch fillet costs about $34 a kilo, and if you want ribeye, it's about $45 a kilo, and that's no exaggeration. So if you know, to buy ribeye, you get two pieces about that big, maybe nearly an inch thick, and it costs, you know, about $30. So it doesn't take long grocery shopping to spend $300. Yeah. The only thing that's cheap these days is chicken. Simply because they can, the way they farm chicken these days is all automated. What used to require 15 people to operate, now one person operates a computer, and they're in a big shed, and that's why they can keep chicken at a good price. But I'd like to eat more vegetarian, but every time I have something that's just vegetarian, I'm looking for the meat. I need something to chew on. Just doesn't do it for me. Vegetables. That's a really nice motherboard. Yeah. Oh, they'll get some good value out of that. I might pinch a couple of little chips around. All right. Got a little board here. So yeah, this video might be shorter than all the rest, but don't worry, I'll certainly make up for it tomorrow in the next video. I'll go that little bit extra. Make it 1.5 hours. No, I'll try not to. A lot of plugs. Right, massive power supply unit. Cool. The bigger the better. So, floppy, we've got backplane boards for the hard drives, and they look quite nice actually, so I'm going to have to get them. Can't leave them. Oh, I've got a new outfit of pants, new kit. What relevance is that? I don't know, but yeah, so where are we? Yeah, so these pants, they're the caterpillar pants. Oh, I think I lost my microphone there. Yeah, so new brand. I like this style because it's don't need a belt. It's just a drawstring and stuff. Because I'm sick of having to wear belts. And whilst these pants are pretty expensive here, they're about $90. But I've got to, my pants were getting old, and I was starting to look a bit ratty, going to do business pickups, in offices and that. So I thought, I'd better upgrade my uniform and get a new set. So I got some khaki ones, and I've also got black ones. Black ones look much better with my uniform, but I thought I'd get khaki as well. Bit of camouflage, just in case. I've got to head for the hills. probably rambling on now. Usually the more tired I get, the more rubbish I talk. Alright. Alright, we want these little back planes. Very good. A lot of ribbon wire there. Okay. Well, yay. This HP is all but scrapped. Oh, another one for the scrap steel pile. Excellent. So, just want to have a look at these backplane boards, one of them anyway. So I keep getting asked, when am I doing street scrapping? Well, it doesn't start for another week or so. So nothing I can do about it until it starts, but hey, at least what I'm doing now is preparing for that. They've complicated things. So as far as eWaste volume is concerned, I'm going to end today with a lot more than I ended with tomorrow. Yesterday. So go figure. How on earth? How's my luck? I'm just getting all these complicated little things just for a little backplane board. But I just wanted to have a look at it because it looked interesting. There we go. How's that for a backplane board? Look at a tantalum capacitor. It's nice, chunky. Quite a high grade backplane board as well. Some gold pins in there. Yeah, interesting. Oh, I can do the next one later. There we go. Couple of nice backplane boards. Some super cards. I love the gold fingers. Look at the size of them compared to them. It's a big difference. But still a nice board there too. And that's the CPU board. And the motherboard. Well, that was quite nice. We got the overdrive ceramic CPU. Cool. Oh. There's only one RAM stick, and it looks like, yeah, it's just a tin RAM. So, and only single-sided as well. So all I do is just remove these ICs, throw the rest away. That was good, interesting. Get rid of a big power supply. All right. I'll grab the tripod here, go for a little walk, and I think, well, let me get up. Well, my pile is, well, this part at least has gone down. This was right up there. but I've added more today. All this stuff is new. These are all new. Point of sale that I got to scrap out, and I filled up this tub just of switches, and but I've got to empty this tub because this is where my server boards go into, and I've got a lot to put back in there. So just temporarily, so it wasn't stacked up, I took them straight out of the van. These are all that I part of the pickup that I got today from my mate. So he's had a lot of switches, and the thing that I love about these switches is they're Nortel. They're all pretty much Nortel, and a lot of them are brand new, still in packets. But yeah, obviously we like Cisco switches, but sometimes I find it probably varies on the model and what they are, but I've found that Nortel boards can be really super for gold recovery. Yeah, there's just something about Nortel switches that are patch panel 20 port. So I'm going to tomorrow, I've got to at least get through all this, so so you can expect to see a lot of Nortel being scrapped out tomorrow's video. But like I said, it'd be really interesting to I'm going to just try and do as many different models as I can, and just to see the different boards, because sometimes the boards are unbelievable, but I'm not expecting the best, but I think they should be pretty good. So what else? Yeah, and with scrap prices going up, I've got to go and do a scrap run. So, but that might be probably at the end of this scrap mission. Yeah. But look, guys, it's getting late. Video might not have been as long as I expected, but well, that's all I can do for today, and get yourself prepared for tomorrow, and try and get down as much as I can, at least get rid of those switches and as many PCs as I can tomorrow. Just make a really big day, and yeah, so by day 5 we'll start to see a better difference in the volumes here, and then we can start working on everything in the garage, and God knows what. My 2 hard basket server thing that I just couldn't do. A lot of switches, mega PCs, pretty much all over the place. So alright guys, well, I hope that was a bit of fun, and I hope the video turns out okay. Until tomorrow, keep scrapping, and I'll catch you next time.